What's up, everybody? It's me, Milkfat. A website called gamelux.nl has asked me to do a little community interview. Basically, they got their community to write a bunch of questions that they have for me about my 90-day challenge, and they wanted me to do a video response with all the answers. So my wonderful girlfriend has agreed to ask me the questions. So here they are, GameLux lovers. Here are your questions.
You are known as a very outgoing and fantastic player in the Dota and Heroes of Newer scenes. How did you end up with the best in League of Legends within 90 days challenge?
I went to the World Cyber Games and I met up with my friend Pendragon and a couple other people, Atlanta and a couple others, and I watched the World Cyber Games and I was captivated by the performance and it seemed fun. I'd never played League of Legends before. I'd only played Dota and Han, but it seemed interesting, and I really wanted to play it. So I went to the after party, and everybody was just having fun and a good time. We were just messing around with Freak, and it just came up. They wanted me to play, and so we said, hey, why don't we just make a little challenge out of it?
So how do you like League of Legends so far, and how does it compare to Dota and Han?
I love it. It's a great game. It's fun. It's exciting. Every game's different. Every game's got separate heroes. There's a bunch of heroes, and they're all unique. That's what I love about it. That's what's the difference between Dota and Han. Dota and Han have the same exact heroes. Han has a couple different ones. Dota has a couple different ones. League of Legends is 61 complete new heroes that are all awesome. There's a lot of skill shots. There's a lot of vector targeting. It's just the gameplay is just completely different. There's no denying all that. It's really fun. I like it.
So what keeps you motivated to keep playing and improving day in and day out?
My motivation's probably all my haters. There's thousands of them, it seems like. It's actually pretty ridiculous. What keeps me going day in and day out, the haters, but more so the fans. The community of League of Legends, everybody on the forums seems to think that, you guys have some awful trash-talking community. But trust me, coming from the Dota and Han background, your guys' community is awesome. You guys have some of the most supportive, fun-loving, good-spirited guys that I've never seen before. Just going through the fan art, going through the lore, going through all these things, and watching the community get involved is freaking rad. It's so cool. And I get so many messages every single day, and so many tells in games. It's like, hey, good luck, good job, I hope you're going to do well. And all that support coming from everybody, along with, my fuel from the haters, just really pushes me to play every single day and try my best, and I love it.
Which features in League of Legends do you love and which do you hate?
What do I love? I love the mastery tree. I love the rune pages. I love the summoner spells. I love the lore. That's actually one of the things I was looking in recently, is the lore of League of Legends. This whole storyline's just captivating, and all the heroes are really cool. I'm a big lore nerd. I've read every Warcraft book, every Starcraft book, every Diablo book. I'm just a giant nerd, and all that really just captivates me and draws me to the game. And when you play a character and you know their backstory, it just makes it that much cooler. I love that. Dota only had that small little paragraph. League of Legends has their whole Journal of Justice and little pages and how they entered the league and all that. I think that's really cool. My least favorite part has got to be the jungling scene. Every single competitive game has a jungler, no matter what, it has to have a jungler. You can't compete unless you have a jungler. You can't block the spawns, you can't double pull, you can't pull to the waves. It makes the whole laning, jungling phase really passive and really boring. There's a level 1 go for the first blood, but besides that, it makes the game a little bit too passive, and I don't like that. I don't like that in order to compete you have to have a jungler. Every single game at the World Cyber Games had a jungler on both teams. Every game that I've played in with some of the top players, you had to have a jungler. The game shouldn't be fixated like that. It should be able to be a wider spectrum of gameplay, and hopefully that's something that I can change once I get into the competitive scene.
Do you feel that it should be possible to deny an LOL? Or does it actually add something to the game that you can't deny?
It's a funny question. At first I hated it. I always, if people watch me play, I'd sit there and have my A ready and I'd click on creeps and they wouldn't do anything. But it makes sense that you can't kill your own units, you know? It does make sense, which fits in the whole lore thing, that you can't kill your own guys. At the same time, I do feel like it makes the whole laning phase much more passive, and it also makes it harder to separate the good players from the great players. In Dota and Han, there's that certain plateau of last hitting, harassing, and denying. There's 3 concepts you have to bring to a laning phase, while in League of Legends there's only 2. So it ties in with the whole jungling, passive play of the laning phase that I'm not a big fan of, but after a while I've gotten used to it, and it makes pushing actually viable early game in League of Legends, which I like. The games seem to go a little bit quicker.
What is your favorite champion in League of Legends so far, and why?
I mean, Pantheon's got to be the most manly character there is. I mean, you don't get more manly than that guy. Sky dropping on people is just spectacularly fun. I love Mundo. Dr. Mundo is my man. I think I've only lost once with the guy. I mean, he's just so much fun. He really is, you know, fits well with my playstyle. I also like Tristana. That's who I main, if there was a main, just because her soloing capabilities are ridiculous. And Gangplank. I love Gangplank.
Okay. Do you feel like you have an advantage in League of Legends due to your past playing?
I mean, of course I have an advantage compared to a normal, like, Allie, if you were to start playing the game, I would have an advantage over you, because I've played the games before. I know how it works, I know the concept. While they're all new heroes, they're all new skills, at the same time they're all derived from the same origin. They all have the same, you know, root. Like, there's like 3 different types of abilities. You know, the passive, the activatable where you click, the self-buff, or the projectile, so I guess 4. So, they're all similar, it's just different in how they work. So of course I already understand how they all work. So when I pick up a new hero and when I read their spell descriptions, I understand what they do without even having to press the button.
Will you be going on vacation after these 90 days, or do you have another project planned already?
I will not be going on vacation. Well, I will be... Don't give me that look. I'm going to be taking a couple of vacations during the 90 days. DreamHack in Sweden is coming up, DreamHack Winter, in November. I will be attending that, and I'm also going to Santa Barbara for my best friend's 21st birthday. Shout out to Milksource Rex. So I have a couple of vacations planned now. My next major project is actually opening up my own LAN center, which is going to be in Fountain Valley, California. Hopefully opening around June 2011. So that's my next major project, is Milkfat's House of Game. It's going to be the first LAN center that focuses on a professional scene and hopefully advancing the professional scene of gaming in the United States.
Okay, now this is kind of an interesting question. If you would bake a giant pie consisting out of Dota, League of Legends, and Heroes of Newerth, which part would you eat first? The Dota part, the LOL part, or the Han part? Choose one and clean your plate.
I would combine the League of Legends and Heroes of Newerth parts, and I'd eat those together because they're the freshest. You know, they're brand new. I'd eat those because, you know, who knows if they'll go stale. Do you know what doesn't go stale? Dota. It's been around for, what, 8 years, and it's still an amazing game. So I'd save that for last. Probably eat League of Legends first, you know, mix Han in the middle a little bit.
You realize if you bake something, you mix it all together, so you don't really have the option.
I didn't make the question, babe.
It's obviously not a baker. Okay. So now for some personal questions. If our readers would like to become as awesome at gaming and self-promotion as you, do you have any invaluable tips for them?
Be yourself. Have fun. Nobody wants to watch a competitive player stream if they're boring. Nobody wants to stand behind a professional player, no matter how good they are, if they're not exciting and fun to watch. You know, professional athletes, first and foremost, are entertainers. That's what they do. They're there to entertain thousands and thousands of people. It's the same with professional gaming. If there was not an audience for professional gaming, there would be no professional gaming. So we have to give something for the people to watch. If you're not fun, if you're not exciting, if you don't make it interesting, nobody's gonna watch it just on the gameplay alone. Yeah, we love it, we love the sport, but without the backing and the excitement and the adrenaline rush the fans get while watching, there wouldn't be gaming. There wouldn't be professional gaming, I guess. So, have fun. That's what matters. If you're not having fun, then it's not worth it, because the money you make right now in professional gaming in the United States is not enough to sell your life over.
So what else keeps you occupied during the times that you aren't playing a game? Any hobbies you'd like to share with us? Like, have you ever been to the moon? Did you ever see a ninja?
If I've seen a ninja, I probably wouldn't be alive to tell it. I did meet a ninja once. His name was Snorlax Plux. And I thought he was the only player in the world at League of Legends my first day playing that was worse than me. So I challenged this level 30 guy with 500 games played to solo me mid as my level 5 Tristana versus his level 30 Kennen, or Keenan and Kel, whatever you want to say, who is a ninja. I proceeded to get my butt handed to me, and I have officially lost my first 1v1 match ever. So that was my first experience with a ninja. Any hobbies? I played basketball. My girlfriend wants me to say her.
I do not.
But it's not really a hobby. Gaming, working, that's about it. I mean, that's what's consuming my life right now. When I'm not gaming, I love to travel a lot. I've almost been to every single continent. I went to Kenya, Europe, Asia, mostly all for gaming, which is pretty cool. But I love to travel. I love to see new places. I like to understand new cultures and all that. That's probably my biggest hobby.
Maybe you should consider Antarctica for your vacation after 90 days.
Really cool.
Really cold. Due to the fact that this is an esports interview, do you have any obligatory shout-outs? Anybody in particular you want to mention?
Of course.
It says that that person will be instantaneously famous.
Well, first and foremost, a shout out to my boy Pan Man. Always been my #1 fan. Always will be. Thank you to everybody that's followed me from Dota to Heroes of Newerth and to League of Legends. I know there's hundreds of you guys that don't even play the games, but just follow me as an individual, and I really do appreciate that, and I really do respect that. Shout out to Adam Artnazi, happy 21st, buddy. You're the man. Shout out to Mr. Pestalacci, you know, star volleyball player for CSU Long Beach. He's been following me for a while now, and he told me that he really wanted a shout out. So there you go, Tommy. You're the man. Shout out to my girlfriend Allie and her family. Shout out to my family, and happy birthday to my nephew Gabe. Big Abe, man. You're the man. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got to learn a little bit about me and my quest. Never been interviewed by a European site before. Usually only do the US stuff, but this should be fun. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'll stick around on the forums and hang out with you guys for a bit. Enjoy my streams every single night, 7 p.m. Pacific at www.m1lk.net. Alright everybody, thanks.